Usually, okay, so full transparency, recording has actually just now started. So if you've been here listening,
you start seeing some resistance around 50 cents. And that doesn't mean it's going to come up and touch 50 cents and get rejected exactly. It means anything near 50 cents is going to act as resistance. So it may come up to 46 cents and then get rejected. So we're just looking at a really small profit window before we hit our next levels of resistance here on SGBX. And if you guys could, please mute your microphones if you're not asking a question. I hear somebody's background noise, and I think it's actually Phil.
Oh, it might be that. That's not mine. Somebody's got somebody singing.
Somebody's background noise is distracting. Moving down the list here. Ooh, IDPN. Oh, nope. This one I'm kind of avoiding because it has recent resistance. Right over here, late July. So you're literally like a week ago, we have resistance. It hasn't stopped it today. It is making a big relief bounce up, but it just has so many different resistance levels here. I can easily plot that. It immediately comes off my watch list, IDPN. Let me see, though. Because we're almost clearing through all of this recent resistance.
It's living RG. Whoa.
What'd you say?
It's living RG. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
RNG? No. The person who's had a hot mic.
Oh, I just mute them. If I see them, just mute them. If they have a question, they can tell us in the chat. Yeah, IDPN, I still don't love this one. And it's coming up to that $3 rejection level. PHGE, I do have this one on watch. I'm looking for a break of 75 cents, expecting resistance near $1. Look at this one. I haven't looked at this one yet. Semi-recent resistance. Not a pocket aces setup, but we could look for a breakout of 558 on MYGN. Yeah, that's not a terrible one. There's worse setups this morning. This one's just too illiquid. This one's all over the place. Up, down, up, down. If it breaks where it's at right now, it's a blue sky breakout. I guess we can put this one on watch. CYRX. I don't know, not really. Because the level we're going to watch is 926. 926 to 938. But we already know it's going to see some resistance around 10. It's only a 9% window. So I don't love that one either. Poarch returning to the top gainers. This one, I swear, makes the top gainers list at least once a month. Poarch group here. They spell it the right way, Porch. But this one is just constantly on the top gainers list. It has no tradable volume in it this morning, though, so we can skip right over that one. This one's just not looking likely at all. And last one, this one's running in the moment. We need to wait for some pullback. And it has recent resistance, of course.
Yeah.
So literally no great setups this morning.
Which is wild. We had like 2 or 3 great weeks where the penny stocks were just like popping off. And now they're like, oh, we'll just take a break.
Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. I think everybody's just waiting to see what happens with interest rates next week. I think a part of it is everyone's like almost too optimistic that it's making people pessimistic.
Interest
because
rates.
The analyst came out, for next week. They said
it's not till
like
September 3rd, is it?
No, you got PPI and CPI next week.
Oh, but those are just the numbers. I got you.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I thought you meant like an interest rate decision. I was like, on what? What am I missing?
It's important. And I know that people are expecting, it's like a 90% certainty that analysts are saying we're going to get the interest rate drop in September.
Mm-hmm.
I think this CPI and PPI, people are looking forward to confirming that. And along with people going back to school this week for many of the states, I think there's just a lot of people sitting on the sidelines right now waiting to see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, shall we talk about some futures then?
Yeah, let's move on. There ain't nothing here. I gave him
All
the
right.
watch list.
All right, let me
Oh,
share
I'm
my
so
screen.
tired. There ain't been nothing to look at.
All right, shared entire screen. So I will have Mike's screen up as well. Oh, Mike's already cut a screen.
Oh, I just canceled it because there wasn't nothing to look at.
Well, if there is, like, so what I do is I just share an entire screen on my recording, and then I swap back and forth between yours and mine. So that way, like, if something pops, I can just cut over to you real quick.
All right, I'll keep it going.
All right, let's do that. Boom, shalaka-la. I know I said that wrong. All right, so here we've got a couple of things that we want to pay attention to. That's something I'm working on there. I'll share it when there's something to report for sure. So
Question, Phil, before you start.
Yeah, what's up?
On your charts, do you mark all your resistance and support lines, or do you have a indicator that doesn't?
No, I mark all mine.
Okay.
I don't trust indicators. I stopped trading with especially indicators that mark moving lines. Anything like that. The only thing I have is I've got a little EMA bundle over here, and I've got an RSI. This is supposed to be like an EMA stacker. I'm not really sure how it works, but like everything
Are all
else,
those lines continued from previous days, or you don't mark those every morning, do you?
depends. I mean, like if I have to mark some in the morning, I will. So, but most of these have been on my chart for a while now. The only ones I really move are these little bitty lines right here. Those little short lines. I mark out like boxes and ranges and stuff. So other than that, everything's pretty much on there. So I've got
What are all the dotted lines?
just raised, just lines I put up there. A level I was watching that I either didn't take off or, just lines.
I understand.
No, you're good. I think I put this one right here because this one stretched right across the bottom 1, 2, and then yesterday we hit it again 3, 4, and so I kind of set it there to see what would happen overnight, and we kind of bounced off of it a little bit. Just something to watch. Anything that's not a zone like this is not permanent. Like it's movable. So and I think I marked the top of that line just up top of that with box with the lines so like people could see what the number was at the top of my box there. So so Grant kind of called it, and I had the same thought process that he did yesterday. I guess I need to reverse that, don't I? No, I had it right. Yeah, okay, I had it right. So if you're looking at that Fibonacci, which it's just used as a measuring tool. That's all it is. So what we had a 50% pullback from that big dump that we had started last Thursday, and we pushed up into this region. And so Grant's idea was that we either need to get back over this 23,500 level up here to go back up. I was okay with going up if anything over 23,400, but I mean, like Grant also is just a master chart smith, so I wouldn't have played against him, but at the same time, I probably would have taken a play a little earlier than he did on that. Which is, again, that's just kind of 6 one way, half a dozen another. I mean, like you got to play what you see on the chart. But we both had the idea that we needed to get back underneath this level. Obviously, we had sat right back on top of this platform right here, and I think at this point, when we decided that hey, we need to break underneath this, retest and hold it. That was still the idea, right? We were still basically boxed into this area right here with no real direction to go. Tons of stuff sitting on top of us as far as resistance goes, and as far as support line. That's what we were kind of looking at. So I'm building up kind of what I'm seeing today, and I want you to understand why we called what we called yesterday, and why Grant waited until it got back down here before he started making plays. He didn't call anything out until like 10:50, I think it was. And it was right at 10:30 when we broke back down underneath here. But either way, like that's the purpose of doing the things that we did right here is like basically we pushed back down and held this, and then we started moving, and that's when Grant started passing all those accounts he passed yesterday. If you were watching the futures. Now I had some time, so I went and used basically majority of the hours I had yesterday back testing something like several years back from trying to like get some stuff on the books for this thing, but that we're working on. But at this point, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. But if you were kind of looking at how I manage my idea of kind of what we're doing, you know, my moving levels is just this. When we make that lower low, I'm going to push this line back down this way. And when we can't reclaim it and we make a lower low, guess what? We're still in a downward position at this point. So my idea is at this point, we basically have somewhat of a reverse head and shoulders on here. And the reason I'm showing you on this one is because I've already got lines marked out on this. I want you to see it very clearly. That like we are pulling back, and the idea is if we are going to continue this larger downtrend, the first thing we have to do is break way down here at 22,777 or 74, right? 75. If we can't break this, then we are no longer in a bigger downtrend, which it looks like we're trying to make right now. So here's the idea of what we need to look for. We need to look for either a break here and push back down, continuing below this structure, which would invalidate this inverse head and shoulders right here. It would also take out this major support line and send us back down closer to 22,775. Okay, so this is what we need to kind of be looking at, and just on the larger scale. I'm not saying don't take trades in between here and here. I'm just saying be careful if we get back down here that this may be where people are trying to do. So anything back down this way would be okay in my book, or anything back up this way at this point. Like if we reclaim this level, that would be that inverse head and shoulders kind of playing back out. And it could play back out. Watch this level right here, because this is where we were sitting on top of yesterday, right? But if we can claim that and push back up, then we can go for the yesterday's session high, and then back up here to that 438, and then back up here to the 500 that Grant was looking at yesterday. So playing back into this level is okay. Playing back underneath this level is okay. And until then, we're just kind of looking for the plays in between. Until then, we're basically stuck into a range until this is either proven to actually play out, or if this is going to just be the consolidation we need before. That's only Wednesday, before tomorrow or Thursday. I don't think do we have any big news coming out today?
Bill, do you ever play in that range?
Absolutely, if it gives me the shot to. You know, yesterday's range was so tight.
Do you wait till you hit support and resistance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and look, everybody has different entry criteria, so I'm not saying there's not plays to take away from a support resistance area, but the way that I play, I need to have my stop loss in a secure place. And so the further I get away from my support resistance levels, the bigger I have to have my stop loss. So basically the more risk I'm putting on the table for a less possible move, because it's only going to move a certain percent anyway at that point, most likely. So if I can get in back down this way and play it back up here, I know I can keep my stop loss at where I feel like it's safe, and then I can play it back into that zone. If I'm chasing it, if I'm just guessing which way this is going to go, I'm basically saying, hey, I'm just going to like gamble and see which way I think it might go. You know, I can take a shot at it, and that's fine. Now, if you have a setup on like your 5 or 15 minute, and you have a way to play that, then go for it. But if you don't have some way of knowing, some candle structure, some place you can get a good stop loss and a safe stop loss, you know, and so this is just the basics. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are ways to find those stop losses inside of this, but for me, it's just a little easier if I don't. You know, but this is
I was watching some videos last night on hunting stop losses. Do you find that to be going on in the MNQ?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Not because
So
they.
when you get down to the bottom resistance level, say you're down here by 23,191, or I
Right.
can barely see that.
Yeah.
Where would you set your stop loss in
On-
that?
In this instance, because of where I've got my zones actually drawn out at, I'm probably looking for, like, if we get back down here, I know I technically drew that bigger zone right back down here. Right, because this is kind of what they were fighting. Oh, that's a cold nose. But based off of what I'm kind of seeing right now, because I know I've spent time and effort on these levels, I would be okay with us playing long over here, just placing my stop loss back down over here. You can see the fight
Underneath
between
that.
underneath it.
Underneath the whole zone.
Yeah.
What if the zone was bigger? Would you not play that then?
Now, if the zone was bigger, I'd find some other way to play it. Or I would size down. Because I can still lessen my risk by entering with less amount. But if it's a bigger zone, what I would need to make sure that there was enough room to play on the other side of that.
Gotcha.
So, like, if this was a huge zone, but there was only, like, from here to here. Like, if this was the zone, and I had from here to here to play, there's no way I could do that. Because, like, I'm like, no, that's a big spot. I don't need to play that. All right. But, like, if my next level was way up here, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll just go in with a smaller position. And if we come back up and break and retest this, I can always add to that position and move my stop loss up if I want to, right? So there's different ways to play that. At this point, though, like if we broke below this one, there's that little level that I've actually got drawn out, which looks like it's actually pretty dang good. Congratulations, Philip. I think probably what we do is, like, if we break here, the next level I'm probably going to be paying attention to is just that next little level that I pulled out here. Even though it's not on the chart as like a primary level on here, it seems to be a pretty strong indicator that I might need to be paying attention to it. But if we can break and retest below that, then of course I'm looking to go back down here. But at that point, like, that's the beauty of having, like, really nice, really defined zones. It's like there's always going to be a support resistance level somewhere else. Okay, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, like, I could take a 2-to-1 on that and still take it going into that zone before I have to decide if we're going to break or retest that zone or not.
LPSN $1.41 breakout right now. $1.31 breakout.
Pull it over. There you go. Look at him go. Crude oil
It's
inventory
a little
1030.
overextended, so I don't love it. This one, I'd put the stop loss under the VWAP.
Grant's going long, baby. Grant's going long right here, a few micros. He's probably, I don't know exactly where his zone is, but or what. I think he was probably looking for this right here, looking for this inverse head and shoulders to continue to play out. Nice little pop right here. Nice little break through this right here. Play back up to here. Maybe even play the break of that if it continues up. Nothing wrong with that play at all. Is that about right? Is that what you were playing, Grant? This right here? I went long of micro too. Look at me. Just goofing around. I chased that entry. Grant was being back here, I'm sure. There you go. Yesterday market hours low, and also retest off the level of the 4-hour zone. Sweet. Okay. So he's got a level, if you'll look at his picture, he's got a level right here where it bounced, and then we broke that structure. So you can still see his entry was right here on top of that. Stop loss back down below that structure. Actually, I think it's back down below the big structure, isn't it? You got your no, wait. Oh, right here. You got it back down here. I see what you got.
LPSN is now up 5%. I know that's not a ton, but if you guys are up 5%, this is the kind of day and week where 5 to 10% should make you happy.
Yeah, it is moving slow. Grant's like, this is moving stupid slow for this time of morning. What was that? What was the name of that one?
LPSN,
LPSN.
number 2 on the top gainers.
There you go. It's only up 60%. Jeez.
Yeah, and it's only up 5% from this entry level. But in this kind of market where you only have 2 stocks above 50% right now, shit, 5 to 10% make me pretty happy today. If you can just log that. Like, these are kind of the worst days we see in the market. Obviously, there's still some ups here, but these are just about the worst days we see in the market. If you can make 5 to 10% on your worst days, you're killing it. And then when we have better markets where you have multiple stocks up over 100%, the whole top gainers list has more overall volume and momentum. Those are the days you can aim for your 15 and 30% price targets. But sometimes, like in these market conditions, just really be super happy with 10%. Right now, you should be up about 8%.
There you go.
Confirmation of the entry where you would enter, where it confirmed the breakout. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You're beating inflation at that rate.
Grant's typing something. I technically have a zone right there that I'm playing kind of like in. Which is not typically what I do, but I'll throw one out for Grant on any day of the week. Oh shoot, what's going on right here?
Wouldn't you know it, rejected it exactly $1.50.
What?
It won 150 and came down. It's
There
almost
you-
like it's around psychological resistance level.
That was like right at what, 9.5% or 10% right there.
Yeah. Depends where you got filled. Maybe you got a little bit of a better fill. Could have already hit your 10%. If you got filled way down here, you're up 13%.
If you look at the 1 hour chart, we also made a new low yesterday evening and then broke back above yesterday market hours low. Wait, what? I know what you're saying makes sense, but like my brain's fuzzy. During a 200-point run, came back and had a great retest of yesterday low. It should, yeah, theoretically be continuation of the upside. Oh yeah. That's that little, that's that dip right back here. And then pop back up. And if this is going to be that big inverse head and shoulders we need, same concept as what I do. Grant was just using a different set.
We broke through 150. You're up
Boom.
15% now.
15%. Give us 20. Heck yeah. Yeah, I see what you're seeing, Grant. I don't have a zone right there. But very nice, very nice. Maybe I should. It looks pretty stout. But I couldn't have one right here, and one right here. So I had to pick. There we go. 1 micro. I got 3 accounts tied together. So whatever I make or lose is multiplied by 3 at this point. Yep, crude oil inventory is 10:30, and yeah, the 10-year auction note at 1 p.m. this afternoon is really the only thing I think we got to watch for. Other than that, I think probably unless Trump or Powell gets up and speaks somewhere, which if Powell was scheduled to speak, it should have been on that. Like even if he goes and speaks in like a Europe Congress or something, like it's always on there. So should have seen that if it were going to be there. If we break and retest above this little level that I've got, I think I'll move. I think I'm going to move my stop. I may add to that position and move my stop loss up. I think that's what I might do. I'll take Grant's play and I'll add my play to it. If we can get above this freaking zone, man. What the heck? I need this level right here. Basically my entry. I need to break above it and come back and retest this thing. Got about 30 minutes till open. Just a really small play to kind of kick the day off, I reckon. That penny. Oh yeah, look at it. Hold on. Where's it at? Oh, it came. Oh, you're on something else. I was like, that came down real quick. Failed retest to the 50 fib at 320 level, so might be taking a second stab at it here. Also, the target is that fib from the dump days ago, so like 450's upper side. Boom. Yeah, that was at I've got my fib kind of pulled out basically the same level back up there at like 438, not quite 350s, but 438. There's that. I think maybe your fib and my fib may be a little off, but not very far off. Your 50 is at 320, mine's at 311. Same basic principle here. Yeah, Mario, so like, or for anybody else, I do think there is such a thing as stop loss hunting. I don't think but it's not a personal vendetta. I think that's where a lot of people kind of get it wrong. Is like they're not going through and go, hey, there's a stop loss right there. Let's just go nab it because we want to get it. The big thing, and it may come across as that, but eventually, like what happens is, you got to think about how big these guys are. Like if they bought in their entire position, it would 100% move the market. They can't do that. They have to scare people out of their positions and get deals. They're constantly wheeling and dealing in the market, attempting to try to get a better deal and a better entry on what they're looking for, right? So their idea of trying to get that entry is, okay, well, there's some orders right there. There's some people who want to sell their positions. Is it a stop loss? Yeah. But is it a sell order on the market that I don't have to try to talk somebody into? Yeah. And so like they'll drop the market a little bit. Yeah, they definitely don't need your 37 shares. But what happens is where you put your stop loss at is where a lot of other people are putting their stop loss at. And so they see that like on NQ and go, oh, there's a good spot. We can go, if we can just get it down there, there's a bunch of orders sitting there that we could not only make up the shares that we did spoofing this thing down, but also kind of start adding into this position that we're trying to accumulate here. And that's what it basically turns into at that point is we just need that liquidity or we can't trade, right? Their job is to trade. And so whatever they have to do to trade is what they do. And so if it's sweeping down and, you know, scaring a lot of people out of their positions so they can scoop them up at a better price, then that's what they'll do. So like, that's what you got to think about at this, you know, but at the same time, like it's still just the way of the market. I mean, like you're in it. You're in it and like take advantage of when it moves. That's why we manage our risk by placing stop losses. Still not smart to not have a stop loss. They definitely don't. Yeah. Oh no, I just already read that. Dude, I know. We'll see this trade and plot it out. Then he takes it away and moves his entry down to whatever he wanted his stop loss with a limit order if it picks it up. If not, he moves on. What? Dude, I know. We'll see his trade and plot it out. Yes, I've seen a lot of people do that. In fact, that's one of the things that what's the old guy that looks like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, who's a professional trader, who's been a professional trader for like almost a century. I think it feels like he looks really old. And that's basically what he says. It's like, take your order away, write down what your stop loss would have been, and then place an entry right there. And he says, just watch how many times it goes down and touches and picks up your entry. Yeah, 100%. And because at that point, like, it's kind of the same deal. Like when I'm thinking about watching those pullbacks and trying to get in on the pullback, some people are like, well, why don't you wait till it turns back up and starts breaking candles again? Well, at that point, if I get filled down there and I can have my stop loss back underneath it, that means I can really kind of basically go, all right, if we bounce here and go back up, I'm getting a big piece of that move. And if it gets stopped out, I'm still not getting stopped up for very much because I'm able to keep my stop loss way tighter than I normally, than most people normally would, right? But yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but if they see that stop loss, aren't they going to try to grab it?
Well, I'm basically betting on everybody else's stop loss getting hit and then me getting in afterwards. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. What you're attempting to do is you're trying to place your stop loss where nobody else's stop loss is. Everybody else's stop loss is right where I'm looking to get in at that point, or some people are trying to get into that point, right? So, like instead of setting that play where everything's absolutely picture perfect, what you do is you wait for it to pull back to where the stop losses start getting hit, where they would have tagged your stop loss. And then you get in there. Now, a lot of times it's not going to pull back there, right? They're not looking for an entry every time you're looking for an entry. They're not looking to sweep the liquidity like all day, every day, right? That's not a thing. So you're not going to get nearly as many plays. But when you do and they work out, they're going to be big, right? So, but that means you might be sitting on your hands for a long time. Huh?
It was freaking huge.
What was? Was it a bug?
Excuse me. I do apologize for the interruption. So sorry. You guys, please continue. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Oh, you've got some pretty birds back there behind you.
Oh, yes. Gorgeous.
That's awesome. Open mic. Oh, you want me to sing? I got some stuff in my back pocket. Yeah, the theory of entering where you would have normally put your stop loss is a great one, but most people cannot do it mentally. Yeah, he's right, 100%. It's a hard thing to wait for, and you had to be bold in a stock spot or in a piece where it looks like it's dumping back down and it's going to keep falling. It is the art of seeing what's going on and going, okay, I'm going to buy here, even though we just dumped all the way back down to where I would have put my stop loss at. It's a little crazy. It's hard. Yeah, that's the reason it's not really taught. Yeah. Basically, it does feel like you're kind of catching the falling knife at that point. I'm still in it. We're just sitting here doing absolutely nothing. 20 minutes still. 22, 23 minutes till market open. 22 and a half. I don't know. I might stand. That's only 1 micro an account per account, so it's not like it's gonna like hurt me.
Here's AIMD flirting with the breakout of 305. This one's a little riskier because it has resistance above this 305 level 1 month ago. But 1 month ago is kind of the distant past. It's not like it was a few days ago or even a week ago. You did have this huge long top wick here, though, that was literally 2 days ago. This top wick is a little concerning for me because it shows that we already kind of rejected this whole 10% window right here once before. But other than that wick right there, you got July 11th was the last time we saw prices over 305. So this one is a little riskier than the other trades I've already alerted today. Just know that it is riskier. If you're going to get into this one, it's not as safe as some of those other ones that I already alerted or texted out. And if you're already profitable for the day, consider just skipping this trade. But it is looking like it's flirting with the breakout right now of 305, a minute and a half left before we have a confirmation of it. And depending on where it confirms this breakout, you are looking at like a 10 to 20% stop loss if you want to put that stop loss below the VWAP or below the 21 EMA. In a perfect world, would be under 21 EMA. So in the perfect world, your stop loss would be at like 254, but that's just going to be way too big because if it confirms right here where it's at right now, that's a 18 to 20% stop loss.
Yuck. That's awesome.
So there's a few reasons. Yeah, there's a few reasons this one's a little riskier than some of these other plays, but it is looking okay in the moment. And let me examine this level 2 data here for a second. Honestly, it's looking pretty even on both sides. At first glance, there's nothing alarming with the level 2 data. So here's a quick in and out opportunity for you possibly.
Scared money don't make money.
That's true, but scared money don't lose money either.
Right. But it don't make money.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, eventually you got to throw it out there. I mean, like, you're going to take a loss on the chin. I'm not saying just like be reckless with it, but at the same time, you just have to kind of go, all right, well, I got to try it. If I can't try it, then why play? There's confirmation right there. 15%
so in this one's
21.
case, if you're going to enter right this second that it did give us the confirmation, your stop loss, you're kind of a higher likelihood of hitting that stop loss because it could absolutely come down to the VWAP or the 21 EMA, and it could stop you out because your 15% stop loss would be like right here, right on top of the 21 EMA. But we do have this price action down here, so you just have a little bit of a likelihood of that hitting the stop loss, even if the trade stays good right here, because it could come down to here, find support, and come back up again. I don't know. It's not a pocket aces setup is all I'm getting at. It is an opportunity. Not every trade you take is going to be a pocket aces setup.
Truth.
Unless you are a super, super disciplined trader. Some of the best traders in the world only take pocket aces setups. That doesn't mean all their trades are good. But honestly, some of the best traders in the world are people who only take pocket aces setups.
Some of the best traders in the world only take like 1 to 2 trades, 2 to 3 trades a month.
Yeah, or a week, but yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 3 trades a week, or 1 to 2 trades a month. Yeah. Oh, LPSN just announced a partnership with Google Cloud about 45 minutes ago.
Oh, is that why it was running? That one already gave us our 15-20% window already.
It may try to break out again right here.
Yeah.
It'd only be the second breakout. Because we're like...
I'd put the next breakout at like 150.
Waiting till breakout. Or waiting till market open, I mean. Absolutely. Look at it. It's a little riskier now. It's chasing away from that 21 EMA. Man, this NQ play is just sitting on E right now. Like, it ain't doing nothing. Jeez Louise. It's not making me entirely confident in this play going into market because it is still kind of going up. It's not quite getting past here. I would love to see it break and retest here at least, and then break back above this like 23,190 level. That'd be even better. But now, like, it's getting a little close to entry. I don't know if I want to really chance trying to get anything anything extra on this. Somebody got in or got out, one of the two. Here we go. Come on, baby. Interesting. Do it for Grant.
Hey, Mike, you gonna take that trade on LPSN if it...
I'm already profitable for the day. I might just sit the rest of the day out, but we are getting close to market open.
Meaning too close to market open to make a trade? Is that what you're meaning?
Yeah, it's definitely super risky, and the volume did die out on that last candle right here. You had millions that were being traded. You had multiple millions here, then only 1 million, and then you only had... Oh, that did go up to 1.2 million. Never mind, the volume's about the same-ish. I don't know, it's just risky for a couple of reasons. We're getting close to market open. We are overextended from the VWAP. We're way overextended from the 21 EMA. And if you're already profitable for the day, which you should be if you were following my text alerts, why risk it? Like, if you're already up money right now, why take extra risk on a trade that you know is more risky? And if you're not already profitable for the day because you skipped the earlier alerts, shame on you.
Oh.
No, I know. It's hard to know which ones to get in. That's why, like, with the text, I try to tell you which ones have more risk in general. So if you're just looking for the safer plays, it should be easier for you to tell. But there's no such thing as a guarantee or a perfectly safe trade. That doesn't exist. You're never going to see a text that says, this one's guaranteed to run. That's fucking impossible. And probably illegal.
Feeling dangerous, huh? Show your ranges again for the day. Oh yeah, it was just in general. I mean, we're kind of stuck in here until we're not. I guess theoretically speaking, we should be. If I were following my rules here, we would have broken, retested that, came back down and tested off of that. So yeah, I'd break it down into there. I'm gonna move that there, actually. which would have put it exactly where Grant's level was. So wishing I'd had that now. But we're stuck in between this level and this level until we're not at this point. I want to see what happens with either one of these. Actually would have had this level right here. Which means we almost tried to break out of it yesterday afternoon. Came back into it. Looky there. Looky, looky. Who's got hooky? There we go. I'm up $69 so far. There it is. Right underneath 634 for SPY. So between 633 back down to 628, almost like, golly, those numbers. It's crazy. Stuck back down underneath it, crawled back up above it earlier after that double bottom. Nice little push. SPY needs to get back over 630 pretty soon, like 629.80. If we can close a candle above that, I think we can probably keep going and actually, that extra 20 cents right here. If we can get back over 630, we need to close candles over 630.20, which would start pushing us back up to those pre-market high numbers right there. So that's fine. That's even better. QQQ looks like it's, I don't know, a little flatter than SPY is right now. But
Mike, I got another question.
Uh-huh.
When you say higher highs and lower lows, or when anybody says it, they're just talking about the body of the candle, right? Never the wick.
Both, typically.
That's a touchy subject. There are a lot of people who are like, wick all the way. And, but I think it depends on what you're watching too. Like, the reason why we pay attention to only the bodies, or majority bodies, like 80% of the bodies on those penny stocks, is because that's where the majority of that volume really spent most of the time, right? If you have a lot of wicks and they all hit the same place, you still need to pay attention to that. If you're looking at something like SPY, if it goes 2 cents above that last one, like, you better watch out. They broke that level. And then, like, it's almost kind of like there's a middle range like that kind of makes sense. And then you get back to something like NQ that's trading at 23,000, and now you're sitting kind of going, okay, well, if if we shoot like a little little thing like this. Is it technically a higher high? Yeah, it kind of is, but then you just there's so much crazy stuff kind of happening in that market. You almost kind of have to say, well, what's most of the candles doing at that point? And you almost kind of leave candles out, not because they don't matter, but because, like, sometimes you're just going to see those random weird things happen because of news, because of special events, because somebody's saying something they shouldn't have said, or saying something they needed to say that nobody liked. If we break back above this, I think I'm so tempted. It's only 10 minutes till market open.
The reason why I was asking, Phil, like on LPSN right now, on the 5 minute, you see the bottom wick on there at $1.40 of the last breakout. So if it went down below that, would we consider that as it turning around?
No, because here's the deal. I mean, you're going to have some wiggle room on all of those time frames. Like, yes, technically it's going down, quote unquote, but at the same time, like, you're going to have some of those like pullbacks. That's why all those little bearish channels we call bull flags, because a lot of times after a big push like that, you have to have some sort of pullback, and if it pulls back, it could sit right on top of VWAP. So we've still got these supports back down here, and that breakout structure that we had earlier. So it could just be coming back. Yes, technically it is coming back, but it could be coming back to find support. So it's not really down until that support's taken out. And that's why we have our stop losses back there behind we do. Yeah. Grant says, run, mofo, run. I hope this plays out and what I wanted last night to just let this biotech run with a few micros all day. Wicks do the damage, body tells the story. Yeah, so I mean, you're going to have some wicks that definitely you need to pay attention to for sure, but the body's really kind of letting you know where the majority of that story is happening most of the time. This thing, though, what is this thing doing? I think if we break under here, I'm probably going to just get out. We got 8 minutes till market open. Mike, you need to go let your dog out.
Yeah.
We need you. We need you in here, man.
Yeah, I'm also kind of fucking hungry. But I was watching SGDX here. It's flirting with your breakout right now. This one I treat more as a scalp. So if you wanted to get in now, this is your entry opportunity. Just look for 5 to 10%. Look at that right there. Bam, you would already had your 5%. This one I wouldn't treat as a breakout because just where all the resistance levels are. But this one is a fast scalp.
And we're 8 minutes till market open. God, what is it doing?
Another reason it's just a fast scalp. Look at that. It already just smacked right where I put that little profit window text on my screen.
Well, that might be a little too much. I might be giving it too much room.
Oh, I heard somebody say order filled.
Yeah. All right, if we can hold this right here. But we did basically double top right here. That's not looking great.
20% from that 30-cent breakout. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. Just talking. Grant's over there looking at LPSN too. Oh, come on, man. Give me something to work with here. Could be finding support right here. If we find some support right here. Turn this thing back around. Will you?
All right, I'm gonna let the dog. I'll be back in a few.
I'm probably not going to let it run all the way back down here. Let's be honest with you. I'd like to see us keep closing candles above this. If we can, then that's great. If not, I'm probably just going to dip out and wait for a better...
So, do you not mess with penny stocks at all anymore?
No, I get too distracted. I can't watch both at the same time. My brain don't work that fast.
Every day you're trading the same.
Yep.
MNQ.
That's it.
Every day.
Every day.
Gotcha.
Every day. All right, that's probably my sign right there. SPY is pulling back pretty hard right now. Looks like it might be trying to catch some support. We did not close it up we closed it up. I mean, those candles are right at 629.80. Jeez. I mean, can you be any more difficult? I really need them to close over. We're back under the VWAP on SPY. NQ still holding above its VWAP, or not NQ. QQQ still holding above its VWAP. So I'll give it another minute. Let's see what we get right here. Maybe we're going to push back up right here. Put a little wick over the top of that. I'm glad I'm only in one micro. This freaking thing didn't even move. 4 minutes till market open. That's kind of what we're looking for right there. That's why I'm glad I have a chart with nothing on it. I can just go back and look at it real quick and see what I think I'm looking at. Still looking decent. See if we trade east of that. This right here, though. Hey, baby. You're my favorite.
I need to pick Hudson up today.
Let me call you after I get off, and we'll figure it out.
I love you.
Love you too. So there's a little bitty level right here.
He touched the butt.
Oh yeah? Yes. It didn't quack when you came in, man.
Ninja. Ninja skills.
Ninja mode.
Yep.
So why'd you just run that line all the way back so far?
Because I was looking to see how it interacted with the other candles. You can see right here, you got this, this little, this is messy right here, but you can see candle close, open, close right there. You can see the candle close and open, candle close and open, like break and retest right there.
And you drew it off the basis of those two tops.
Right there, close and open, wick, 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 close and open. Like I was just looking for it and I just saw it. And that's where we got rejected at. So I wanted to know why we got rejected there. And I was thinking maybe they could help me tell the story a little better. Obviously, like we need to break here and retest, but why? Like what else might people have been looking at? Like there's just a lot of stuff kind of going on right there. So it's not like the biggest level, obviously, but it's doing something right now. And I wanted to know what I was fighting. So. Yeah, let's see. I never really. Technically, let's draw out the zone that I had pulled out earlier, which is basically this 1 hour level I've already gotten. So I almost don't even need to put it there.
1 minute to open.
Yay. And here's that level underneath. So these are the ghost levels or the steps, whatever you want to call them. This is what we're fighting with at the moment. As soon as this gets taken out, I'll probably erase this.
Market's open now.
There you go. 9:30. Boom, shalakala.
There we go. That should happen right there.
Oh, I moved. Dang it. I moved my stop loss on TradingView and not on well, that sucks. That's fine. It's a 100K account. I got some drawdown in that one. Wow, look at this. Just complete indecision right now.
Seriously, no news today? What the heck?
Yeah, no news. Almost no news at all except for crude oil. There's that push
MD
back
found
up.
support on the breakout level of 305. It's pushing up again.
Look at it. Oh, look at it freaking go, man. Nice. If we break retest here, I'll go long again. That's the first 5-minute candle, but it doesn't feel so scary today for some reason. What is going on right now?
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go.
AIMD is in our profit window now. Currently up 10% from that breakout entry. If you took it, this one was a little riskier, so it's okay if you skipped it. But if you did take it, you are already up 10% or more, depending where you got filled.
Fantastic.
Doing twice what the market does.
So we are again today, texts 100% successful yet again.
Yeah.
No home runs yet, but still 100% success. And bam, we are smacking that 15% right now. Bam! Look at that. Even on the riskier one.
Hey, tell me, Mike, would you rather bat 1,000 with singles or
So I did the
a
math
buck
on this
50
one
with home?
before. Now we are in different market conditions than this math I'm going to give you. But when I first started tracking all these breakout texts roughly 2 years ago, I did the math. If you had always taken profit at 10% or if you always took profit at 15%, now all this math is not leaving runners. You just sold your whole position at 10%, 15, 20, 25, 30. I did this all the way up to 100, 200, 400%. I found under certain market conditions and certain months, which we're not in right now, but I found in one month particularly, your best case scenario to grow your portfolio was to always hold and hope for 400% across all of my texts. But that month, that means you would have lost about 99% of the time. You would have only won about 1% of the time. So you're talking something like 200 or 300 different alerts. You would have, let's say it was 300. I don't remember the exact number, but let's say it was 300 different texts. You would have taken 300 different trades and you would have lost on like 296 of them. But the 4 that went up those 400% would have resulted in your biggest possible portfolio gain because all of the losses would have only been like 5 to 10% each, whereas you had 4 home runs that hit 400%, 400%, 400%, 400%. So you can kind of go either way. It's whatever you're more comfortable with.
But that
But
means you
what I
basically
find
just have to
most
have like the
people-
money for the drawdown, which sucks.
Yeah, well, for most people, what I see is if you're going to lose 99% of the time, even if you are profitable, you are going to beat yourself up, and there's no way you're going to take that next trade. Into the
Unless
next
you're
one.
taking all of
By
them,
that
you're not.
point, you've already
you're not hitting.
mentally quit and given up and walked away. So I think for most people, even if that does work in certain conditions, it just doesn't work for most people. So I think I'd rather bat 1,000, like 1,000 base hits or 1,000 single base. So you can go to first base, second base, third base, or to home, whatever, one at a time because you feel more successful. Even if it's a little less money in your pocket overall, you feel more successful and you don't feel like a fucking loser losing all these trades in a row.
Right. That was
But
kind
you
of, that
can
was
win
kind
either
of my
way.
point. Is you have a better outlook.
Yeah, you'll have a better outlook and you'll feel more confident going into the next trade for sure.
It's a bear wake into a bull flag. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on us to bull flag this thing back up and see if we can break and retest this level before. Because I don't want to go short, even though we're kind of double topping right here. We're still like that's the range. We just got rejected off the top of that range right there. That's what we did. So if you'd immediately gone short, you would have probably made a little profit on that. But that's not always easy to do.
No. Especially when it makes moves like that.
Hmm.
You look at the 2 minute.
Um.
Whoa.
No, there's the 2 minute right there. The 2 minute looks kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I guess technically this is the 2 minute. There's the 1 minute. That's weird.
2 minutes is all I need.
That's what we've heard.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the other minute and a half, but
Jeez. Yes, sir. All right, here we go.
Duck, were you with us yesterday?
You were for a few minutes.
Yeah. Here we go. Come on.
You playing short or long, Duck?
Short. Just now. 1,500 contracts down.
Dang.
Damn, yeah, one that it bats the home run. It's already at 30% now.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Very nice. All right. Well, the top of that is not willing to give yet. Let's see if we can pull back down and give us a good old like high or low setup here.
You're just double bottomed
Dude, look at
again.
this green market right here. I went to the heat map for
You
a
know,
quick second, and everything's green.
Nvidia, AMD, Cisco,
There ain't nothing red on this.
Hood,
Apparently
Reddit.
AMD went on a bit of a run yesterday, huh? I didn't actually
Every
look at the
sector
chart. I
actually.
just heard.
So if that's the case, why is NASDAQ being such a turd? Oh, look at SPY. Yeah, we didn't capture that 2980, 629.80. I wonder if we're gonna go back down and retest 628 down here. Five more minutes for the first 15 minutes to develop. Let's see if we push all the way back up, or if this is more downside here.
Yeah, I got a weird question. So on Top Step X, man, like it's not showing my like whenever I fill an order, it's not showing a line for me to scale up or down. Like it's just I have to
Oh,
flatten everything in order to get out of a trade.
that's weird.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I've looked in all my settings, I can't find it. And I normally don't. I've been using daytrader.com, which I like. I got two funded accounts that I'm doing good in or whatever. But on Top Stick X, I still have some like evals, and it will not, no matter what, for a week now, show me my entry and be able to set a stop loss. And so I'm having to flatten everything to get out of trade. It's dangerous, and I don't like it.
Uh, go to Interesting. Confirm all. Show confirmations. Chart alignment. You would think that it would just be a setting somewhere.
Yeah, me too. I'll just ask Top Step, man.
Hey,
but
stop. Sorry.
Yeah, that's probably the. I was like, what in the world? Kitty, stop. Yeah, I would, man. I would just reach out to him because I'm looking in the settings and I'm not even looking. I'm not even seeing where you can turn those off unless it's in chart settings. Like, let's see if there's a settings button.
What can't he see?
He can't see his like order positions,
yeah,
like
man,
on the chart.
Wait. So, like, if you click on positions at the bottom, it doesn't show you?
No. Not on the. It doesn't show him on the chart. Like it doesn't show like the position bar on the chart, and then like when he tries to put a stop loss, it's not there. Like it doesn't show up on the
yeah,
chart.
I'm like, yeah, I can't put a stop loss unless I, do a different entry, which is not how I trade, and it's just not showing me any of the sliding action. You know what I mean? Like how you can slide your TP, whatever. It's not showing my entry line or nothing. It's just trippy as.
I'm
I have
looking.
no idea. I just looked to his chart settings and
That's what I'm looking for right now.
Is LPSN coming back? What?
Ugh,
And yes, I am multi-trading.
do it.
Learn from the best, Phil.
thank you. Oh,
I was about to say you didn't learn that from me because I can't multi-trade to save my life. I just go
I know,
broke.
that's what I said because you were just talking about it. I was in here, Ninja.
That's awesome.
You know what's really incredible right now that I'm looking? All three of the Weeble top gainers we made money on today. We got in
Awesome.
early enough to all of them. All three of the top three. That's fucking incredible. And only one of them's up
Nice.
100%, and we got in before it was up 100%. Just got to toot our own horn here. We're looking at the right stocks.
right? Playing them the right way.
Yep. That's fucking incredible. All three of the top three. Usually I get like one of the top five or so, but like all three of the top three. That's
I love it.
Nice. Oh crap, dude. I forgot to go into WhatsApp now. I'm like, how come I didn't get a text today?
That's what I was afraid of right there because it looked like we were still trending up, man. Until we, on a smaller time frame, even though we're kind of boxed into this, like we're still this is still like the uptrend line, and until we can break back down below this, we're still looking for up gains at this point.
Anything over 23,230.
Really?
Yeah, break and retest. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got you. That's the top of that range we're in.
Mhm.
I was looking at this level
Dude,
right
that's
here.
Chop suey, man. Fucking chop suey if ever.
Mm-hmm.
Those freaking drawdowns are scary.
I bet they are. Yeah, man. Jeez. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Just.
Damn you, Phil.
I know. I'm so sorry. My bad. All right. Well, this is gross. All right, so here's the first 15-minute opening range right here, top of there, bottom of there. This is where a lot of people are looking to break either this line right here or this line right here. You know, either one of those. Let's turn them a different color just so we can tell them apart from all those that way. Oh yeah, I'll just use ATR. I don't know why. I've got so many freaking templates saved that I used to use. Kind of hard to see them being so pink like that.
Wait.
That's what I want to use, but it says 1 hour. Ugh. Either way, it's hurting my eyeballs. I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting right now.
Wait a minute, it's hurting your what?
My eyeballs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even gonna ask what you think I said because I know what you think. What I think you think I said.
Well, there was two conversations going on, so I just like, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, what was the converse? Oh, where you were talking to your wifey?
Yeah.
I got you. That's funny.
Oh,
Nice.
It hurts my eyeballs. Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay. We're breaking 15-minute opening range high at this point. Let's see if it takes us anywhere, or if this is going to be just a namby-pamby attempt to do something.
You're just full of them today, man.
Namby, yeah, man. It's just I gotta do what I gotta do.
Man, this shit's up in no man's land.
If we can, that's that 230 level, pretty close to that 230 level you're talking about. Man, ain't gonna do nothing though, is it?
That's it's an overnight session. Oh, not really. Well, yeah, overnight session.
Yeah, pretty close.
I was playing with it yesterday. At like 10 after 4, all of a sudden it goes, oh god.
No, so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just a natural like jump from conversation to conversation.
I know.
You were messing with it yesterday, messing with that level yesterday.
I was messing with the market. No, I was messing with the market yesterday. It's 10 after 4, and all of a sudden it's all market closed. I'm like, but it's not even time yet. The afternoon session should be open.
Oh, 10 after.
Wait, I'll it again? Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah, Top Step, man. That trips me out how they just
They close you. They're like, bye.
Yeah.
Wait.
They're like, peace out.
Dude, look at this. Holy hell. Just giving it all back on the 2-minute.
Yeah. Up comes the Poarch.
Murray.
I know, right? It's
My dog's over here. What is that noise? He growled.
Oh, you would eat my dog. Like it would take one bite. He's bite size. He's the little fun size Snickers bar.
Oh, come here, quiet boy. Come on. Let's keep him all baby.
Is Grant calling anything out? I haven't read the chat in a minute. Oh, we got a couple. after banger. Webull seems to switch up my settings if I look at another unwanted market and it sold it as limit. Oh. That's
I
weird.
asked ChatGPT, what's the statistical likelihood of us hitting the top 3 gainers in a day, being 100% accurate across 5 alerts, as you will, the text or whatever. So you hit 5 trades that they were accurate. You hit your take profit targets. And it broke it down, blah, blah, blah. It gives you way more information than you need. But the statistical likelihood of accurately identifying one of the top 3 movers in a day is only 5 to 10%. Likelihood of it happening. Accurately identifying all 3 of the top movers before they're in the top 3 is less than 1% of that happening on any given day. Now, making money on a trade once you're in a top mover, that one's never mind. I don't like the way they phrased that one. And then getting 5 green trades in a row. So this is separately getting 5 green trades in a row, even with an edge. That's only 10 to 20%, assuming you already have a 70% win rate, which we do. So doing all of this in one day is less than 0.01 statistically possible.
Jeez.
That's fucking incredible.
So you have a better
Even we're in
chance of
shit
winning the
market.
lottery.
Basically.
Yeah.
Unless you're mad skilled.
Well, you know, it's good bills. So.
Yes. Let's see.
You probably have to go out.
Did you say unless you're duck?
Unless you're duck. That's right.
Right.
220. All right. Yeah. So Grant took at 220 long right there. So he, you were able to probably pull. I bet he probably got 10 or 15 points off of that. That's pretty fantastic. And then he said 113, below 113. That's what he's looking for, which is back down here. So he's basically looking at the same zones we are at this point. I think everybody's kind of like, okay, we need to do something. If we don't do it now, we need to get on. There we go, breaking past that 15-minute opening range again. 10 points up, 11 points up. All the way back down to break even because I didn't take my 10 points. Oh well. Sorry, it didn't pop up on here because I was in Top Step. Oh, Apex locked me out anyway. Big old dummies. Like, it's only been like 30 minutes.
I do see a couple of opportunities in the moment, but none of them pocket aces, and none of them that I want to ruin our 100% accuracy for. You could right now watch SGBX for a 50-cent breakout. AIMD is, if it holds support above 4 right now, AIMD is a $4 breakout level as we speak. It already confirmed the $4 breakout. I'm just kind of hesitant to jump into anything because we're already at 100% accuracy today, but both of those are decent opportunities. They're both the top 2 gainers of the market right now.
Wow.
AIMD, if you did jump in right now, stop loss would be under the VWAP and or 15%. Said percent. And SGBX is still overextended. There's no great place to place a stop loss on this one. Yeah, look, it's breaking down. So if you didn't enter already, I don't know that I would. It's showing weakness in the moment, and it is overextended from the VWAP. Well, as soon as I said that, I went green. Green, red, green, red, green, red.
Mm-hmm. This is super choppy. I'm gonna be down about $150 if this doesn't work out. I'm just gonna be down. I'll probably just leave it alone. This is just being super dumb.
What the hell?
Hey, look at that long top wick.
Are we actually going to do anything, or is this just going to be stupid? Looks like we're going to be stupid. Yeah, well, forget that crap. I should have been scalping it. Oh, we didn't really ever have any close and opens. We didn't have any break and retest. That's what I should have been waiting on. To be quite honest with you, there were a couple opportunities to scalp 10 points out of the market several times, just pushing past that level, but.
That's insane. He's still in the charge.
Oh yeah?
But we're already on 44% battery. Already. We're fully done. We're not even at the church yet. We're still almost an hour from the church level. Because if you go for
what is going on?
3 hours, you
Yeah, what are we listening to?
I don't know. Top
Who is
Shelf.
that?
It almost sounds like a personal. It might be like a show you're watching, but like, I'm gonna mute that just in case, there, buddy. You can always ask to be unmuted later.
Yeah, just stop it.
One of these days, we're gonna hear somebody doing something really inappropriate in the
dude.
background.
All right, so I can say this because.
have.
Oh yeah, we've heard a couple of things. That's nothing compared to what my wife saw the other night, though. She was on a Zoom, and she works for a wellness company online. They do they pay the customers to promote, basically. So they don't pay for advertisement. And so they had a team meeting the other night. She's working for this company, and this lady gets on and straight up strips butt naked in front of the camera.
On the Zoom?
Yes, and they're like mute.
The recording.
Yeah, it wasn't a pleasant sight, though. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It was poor lady, but I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, just turn the freaking video off. And the guy who was hosting it couldn't figure out how to turn the video, and they were trying to get a hold of her. Somebody tried to call. And nothing. It was this is happening. It's some people had to just leave the meeting. The host had no clue that it was happening at that point, and she did not mean to do it. It was not an intentional hey, check me out kind of deal. It was kind of bad. I'm like, dudes, just be aware. It's Zoom. Turn your mic off. Turn your camera off.
Bill, got another question for you.
I might have an answer.
When you buy these prop firms, you buy into these prop firms for $100 or $200 or whatever it is.
30.
And you crash the account.
Mm-hmm.
How often do they let you buy another one on the same prop firm?
As often as you want, because that's how they make money.
If you crash 10 of their accounts in a row,
then they just made a crap ton of money. How do they afford it? It's paper accounts. You're buying paper accounts from them.
Well, who's getting the money then?
What do you mean?
If you pass the account, you're using their real.
Yeah. If you pass the account, you're getting to a paid account. You're still in a paper account. So what happens is they're like, okay, you passed the test. Good job. Now we're going to put you in a probationary period. So you're still putting the buy and sell button on a paper account. They're making trades based off of what you're doing. That way, if you mess up, they're still in control of the oh crap button. So they're not going to lose money. That's why you have to build in that initial account ahead of time, that before you can start taking profits out of the market. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to build in your buffer. As soon as you build in your buffer, then you're like, okay, cool. And then the trades kind of start back As they start making money off your trades, and then they pay you for continuing to make good trades. That's how that works. Out of their pocket, and then they move you to a live account, and that's when you're in. Yeah.
Once you get your buffer filled, then you're playing with their real money at that point.
They're still in control of the button. They're still in control of the button at that point. You're not really hitting the buy and sell button until they move you to a live account, which is after, like, basically you have to make it past their probationary period. So they'll continue to pay you for making good trades, and then once you get to your live account, then they're like, okay, cool, we trust you enough now. You've been trading with us now for several months. You've taken several payouts. You've traded really well. You've proven that you have good risk management over time, and not just by passing an eval overnight. And now here's, oh, look at that nice move. And now here's what we want from you. Do this.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Our MSG is flying. It's flirting with the breakout. It's looking like the breakout is likely of 287. That's really close to 3. You could move it to 3, but it's already up almost 20% from there. From 3, it's up about 10%. There is an opportunity here, perhaps, but I don't know. I think I'm done for the day. I don't want to fuck with this statistic. ChatGPT says I'm already on a roll. Why fuck it up?
All right, come on. Close and open over the top for us, please. I think it might have already considered that like a consolidation bull flag kind of deal. We really need to kind of get back up here, though.
Oh shit, I just remembered I got a bunch of errands I gotta run today. My wife is going to New York for a week, so I'm on daddy duty for a whole week.
Heck yeah, man. Enjoy that.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, man. Chicken nuggets and movies all week long.
No chicken nuggets and no movies because we don't eat processed food in this house, and I am not going to let my child have brain rot with the TV.
I mean, make your own freaking chicken nuggets, and there's educational stuff you can watch, man.
Now we've been doing pretty good with our son. He has no sugar in his diet, 0.
That's awesome.
And we haven't been doing hardly any processed food whatsoever.
Oh,
my wife is really
goodness.
incredible. She cooks every single day, and we don't do any TV whatsoever, especially none of that new shit. On a rare occasion, I'll turn on some like 80s or 90s cartoon that has not been re-edited to be brighter.
Right.
But man, I can't hardly stand like the Disney. We have the Disney streaming whatever, and
we got rid of
done
that.
almost everything from the 80s and 90s. Everything is so super bright and flashy, and that shit's like it's addicting. We don't watch any of that shit. I'm about to get a VHS player.
Good for you, man.
No, we're trying.
Dude, our house is the same way. We don't let our kids do any of that shit.
We do ice cream on occasion,
good. Yeah,
but I do cook
really
a lot.
tough in this world.
I hate going out to eat because everything's just super processed. My wife was diabetic, was diabetic. Everything's under control now, completely diet controlled. We threw all that crap out, dude. Not all of it. I'll just be honest with you. I do eat an Oreo every now and then. I know it's chemically destroying my insides, but like I'm gonna eat an Oreo. But other than that, like we keep it pretty clean. So
it's good.
Months ago on here we were talking about cancer, and then I got cut off. I was trying to tell you guys about the John Ellis water machine. If anybody in this group knows of people that have cancer, go ahead and check that machine out. It changes the bond angle of water from 4 degrees to 14, which allows it to absorb oxygen. Like the oxygen saturation is 7.62, and there's like 26 people up near me that have been cured 100% from stage 4 cancer with this, including my father-in-law. Unfortunately, he died from something else, but he was cured of cancer before he passed.
I've heard a lot of crazy stuff, man, about not in crazy like in a bad way, about like just how different diseases, just like in the quality of water that you drink and the stuff that you feed your body, just how your body shifts and changes and does what it needs to do. Wild.
Yeah. Well, they say cancer is just parasites.
Yeah, I have seen that.
I've seen a lot of people say that like a lot of stuff's parasites, and I'm not saying that parasites don't have anything to do with it, but I also think it's probably a little more than parasites. I'm also not a scientist, so.
Let's put it this way: I bought that machine.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, I've been suffering for 12 years. I've been bedbound for 12 years. I bought that machine about a month ago, and I started drinking nothing but that water.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this thing on my hand for, I don't know, 25 years. I never thought of it as like a beauty mark, but it was raised up.
Mm-hmm.
After I started, about a week after drinking that water, it got really big and it exploded. And now it's completely gone. You can never tell it was there. So
That's
whatever the hell it
nuts.
was, it's gone.
What kind of machine?
John Ellis water machine. Look them up.
John Ellis.
It's a John Ellis water machine. It changes the bond angle of the water. So like oxygen saturation coming out of your tap is like 0 to 2%, if that. When you run it through this machine, it changes the bond angle and allows the water to have like 7.62. So the water is so bioavailable that if you put it on your skin, your skin drinks it.
Can you tell me this? I know this will work, but does it taste different?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's 100%
better.
100% better. I don't even like regular water anymore. It's the cleanest, crispest water I've ever had. It takes everything out. Everything. It's so pure. It's unbelievable.
2,800 for it?
Yeah, it's expensive, but I mean, if you got cancer or there was a lady behind me. The lady that lives behind me, she had Lyme's disease, and it has a 100% cure rate for Lyme's disease. And you don't have to drink the water the rest of your life. You make 1 5-gallon tub of it. It takes like 15 hours to make 5 gallons. And then you just substitute your water for that until that 5 gallons is gone. And Lyme's disease just goes away. This lady was laying on the floor in her kitchen, dying every day. And now she's out in the garden.
I feel bad. I told you I was going to give it to you.
Our SMG is flying. We never got a great opportunity on this one. I think I can see in the stock chat some people tried to play it. You did get a little bit of an entry opportunity on that pullback. It already halted once to the upside. Depending where you got filled, this was a profitable trade. You hit 15% a couple different times. Really, basically anywhere you got filled, you had an opportunity for 15% on that one. All right, guys, with that, I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to hop off here. I don't think I'm going to screw with this win rate for the rest of the day, but if I do see something exciting, text list will be the first to know.
All right.
If any of you guys have questions about that machine, though, go ahead and PM me.
Appreciate you sharing that with us. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
It's pretty amazing.
See you, Mike.
See ya. All right. I will, how do I, oh, freaking A, sorry, I got lost there for a second. I'll pull this back over. All right, Grant says he was looking for retest of 270 for long, so we have broken back underneath that right now, so we are pushing back down, probably looking for a little bit more of a deeper support. 282 set for a long order. which is could be pulling back to set back on top of this area right here if it pulls back any further. This is a weird day. Is it because is Duck still in here? Grant, anybody have any thoughts on this? You think it's just because this is such a low news day?
Well, I know for Bitcoin, usually August is it's only had 2 green months in August, so it's usually pretty shitty. So,
Gotcha.
and I know Bitcoin kind of correlates a little bit with some of these, so maybe August is just that time of year where it's just.
What were you saying, Phil? I'm sorry. You asked.
Well, we're talking about like why the market seems so slow right now. Obviously, we're kind of in the middle of this big dump zone right now. So that's one thing. But I was asking about like the lack of news today, and anybody thought it had
Well, you get that market fatigue when you got all those news come out, and then it kind of just like flattens out for a few days until
something new pops up.
What is it, like 20% of the of ES or SPY are coming out with earnings over the next week and a half.
Oh wow, yeah.
So yeah, that can
We also have crude oil inventories coming out in 16 minutes. If you're trading Russell 2000 or crude oil, you should probably maybe pay attention to that. I don't keep up with crude oil too much. That could move the market.
WTI.
Maybe.
Yeah, you want to keep an eye on WTI.
Oh.
The Western Texas, whatever that is.
Can someone explain to me what gap fill is? Why it does that?
Low volume. A lot of times when you have a gap, it happens when one market is closed, and other ones are open. And so you've got a lot of orders in one market set that haven't been filled yet. And so you've got a lot of just buy orders or sell orders in one direction that never really even got placed, or they were placed, but never, they were kind of skipped over. And so like it'll kind of, a lot of times it'll fall back into that area where that one market didn't get a chance to play it. And you'll see those orders.
There's also a couple different gaps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too.
There's the order gap between, usually you see it at the beginning end of the day, or like London's open and close, and UK open and close, and how those impact the U.S. markets. And then you also have fair market value gaps, which happen throughout the day. And those happen when, like if you look at Phil's chart here on the MNQ, 4 candles back.
There's one right here.
You can see that it created, yep, exactly. So now it's filled because it filled the gap 2 candles prior.
If you guys look on AIMD and on the 5-minute chart, on the 10:05 candle, you see the difference between the wick in front of it. Is that what's called a fair market value gap?
Hold on 1 second. I don't have that. Hold on. AIMB?
AIMD.
Oh, D. Okay.
Delta.
And the 10:05 candle on the 5-minute. A lot of times I see it come down or up, either way, but come down. Then all of a sudden it'll come up and it'll fill the gap like all the way up to like 393 is where, and then it'll come back down. Why does it fill the gap?
Because usually there's orders there, like people were trying to catch it. So what you can look at is the level 2 and see where people have parked orders. Like, are their orders sitting at like 365, 370? You know, like they were placing limit orders and trying to catch it on the way up or down, and they placed the orders too late, or there wasn't any volume to fill it. And then as people start selling again, it's going to go back up and capture those orders.
Why wouldn't they take those orders off?
Because they're still hoping to get the play there.
Exactly.
So a lot, like when you see those gaps right there, it's just, yeah, it was just imbalance. That is an imbalance in the market. That's what a fair market value gap is an imbalance in the market. There's just way more of one order than there is of the other one, and to be able to kind of fill that, to kind of balance it out. So right here, there's a bunch of sell orders, buy orders, not enough sell orders to catch up. And right here, there's too many sell orders for the buy orders to catch up. That's the imbalance that you're seeing happen, and that's why when it goes back and fills it in, you know, typically you've still got a bunch of buy orders that are still sitting in here that never got filled because, like, you know, it's just the demand was too high for the supply. So even if it was like a lack of sell orders, you know, a lot of times it's the buy orders that are still sitting in this area that are, you know, when this pushes down and stops in this area or back down in this area, that are getting filled right there. Now, if it continues to break down otherwise, that's fine. But usually you're still going to get that slowdown right into this area again, because it's like buy, and now they're fighting against all those orders that were still sitting there that never got filled.
And you know, you'll have candles that'll look solid, but there was actually a gap on the way down, up or down.
Like
or it just gaps over the orders.
Yeah. People leave those orders up then?
Yeah.
So on the 935 candle, people left those orders up from 935 till now.
Potentially, yes.
So they're not day traders, right?
They could be. As long as it's open and closed within the same day.
Seems risky.
Yeah, but if everybody played as well as we did, we wouldn't make any money, would we?
Exactly. for every dollar you make in the market, someone else has to lose one.
Right. It's a trade. It's an auction going back and forth. So, like, whether they're playing, I can't wait to get to the
other side of that.
Yeah.
I think I'm almost there, though.
Oh, good. There you go.
Yeah, just don't give up. Keep soaking it in. Integrate, bro. I'm still doing it 4 years later, but I'm making money.
I just downsized so much. I don't even care about the money anymore. I'm just trying to figure out the win rate. And I like Mike's call outs, and I like everybody's call outs and stuff, but I don't want to be dependent on call outs, so I'm really trying to figure this shit out my own.
Yeah.
That's why I lose. I can make money every day just doing what Mike tells me to do, but
100%.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking do that because
you need to know.
Yeah, I want to do it. What happens if Mike fucking wrecks his bike? I'm fucked.
Hey, somebody knock on wood or take this.
You know what I'm saying, right? He can quit he can be like, I got enough money. I'm moving to the Bahamas.
Right.
I don't want to be
or Puerto Rico, right?
Or Puerto Rico.
Find a strategy that like you're comfortable with, right? You know, like zone to zone or whatever. You know, use your tools, and that's been my ace when I'm not like following other people.
It seems like different strategies kind of resonate with different personalities. Does anybody else
100%
feel that? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the breakout strategy for me gets my heart rate fucking.
Not everybody likes volatility, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's like you mess with their discipline and their psychology, and you know.
Yeah. As I say, the breakout strategy for me is too much. I've been doing that VSA strategy, and For me, that's a lot calmer and it makes a lot more sense.
There you go. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Make it.
We just all need to link our accounts to fucking ducks. Let them trade for us.
Copy trade.
Yeah.
I don't know if
You
our.
wouldn't want that.
I was about to say I don't know if our accounts could. We'd be looking at our accounts going, why are we so negative? And then all of a sudden, and we'd all exit out or blow an account, and then he'd run up and make a cool meal. So.
And then the SEC is knocking on our door.
Right.
No doubt.
That too.
I know nothing.
I tell you everything. He looking like a man.
Does anybody use that trading platform where you could pick like Nancy Pelosi and they'll just trade your money with hers?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, a little bit.
Does it work?
Yeah. But here's the thing. They don't have to report it for quite a while.
Right. So it's not like she buys today and you find out tomorrow.
Right.
I think they have like
they have up to 90 days to report it.
Oof, yeah, 90 days.
We'll never have the data they have.
Oh, that's
exactly. Right. So you got to kind of, by the time you're gonna see it, the ship's already left the dock, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Golly, what are we doing?
Grabbing liquidity.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's a lot of liquidity, dude.
That is a lot of liquidity. That was a nice break and retest of this zone right here. I'm still just not. Nothing feels real good right now, just to be honest with you.
7-4 feels good.
What is it?
Then I'm messing with you.
Oh.
So liquidity is the amount of stock available to buy, right?
Liquidity. Yeah, look. In a manner of speaking, yes. You said liquidity.
So it's gotta go. Yeah, it's gotta go down and capture the orders below, and that'll push it back up.
Right.
He was being sarcastic though, because that is not. I mean, if it drove that deep, it would have to take off like a rocket ship.
We're getting pretty close to the bottom, I think. I don't know if we come back and retest this or not, but
Well, you still have overnight session low down here.
yeah.
That's still 70 points from where it is right now.
Yeah. QQQ and SPY back underneath their VWAP. Oh wait, no, that's freaking QQQ again. That would help. Yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy. We actually did close and open some candles over that 20 cent level and then over the 50-cent level actually, and then we just pulled right back down. What a weird thing here. I would really kind of expect us to kind of push back up towards 633 at this point, but we are making that lower low right here on SPY again. This looks dangerous. I don't really know what to expect at this point because now we're just consolidating right here. Do we get a push back down, or do we flip back up a little bit and come back into the zone a little bit? Which looks like we're getting some, like the buyers are defending the zone some. I don't really know how much I should be putting faith into this trend line since we've already kind of demolished it. But something to kind of look at this point. All right. Well, it's got really quiet, and I actually have a call at 10:45 today instead of 11 o'clock. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this recording at least.